Hello and welcome to our first major of the year, the PDGA Champions Cup, presented by Bushnell. I'm Madison Walker.
And I'm Erika Stinchcomb. And we are two hot geese.
Honk. We are so excited to be back at WR Jackson.
Yeah.
We are in the woods. We are throwing some tree-lined fairways.
We both love this track. I think everyone who plays it absolutely loves it. It was a beautiful day. We have no complaints, which I think is rare. Mm-hmm. You know, it was just so nice out there.
We literally have nothing bad to say. WR Jackson has been in the ground for a while. It changed in the last 5 years. It's 9,047 feet, so it is a haul in the woods. We've got 14 countries represented in 42 states in 2022, maybe even more this year. We've got some new FPO pins. We'll talk to you guys about that a little bit later on.
Wow, we're starting off with, was it hole 17 or hole 1? The most difficult hole. Yeah. Starting or ending?
Both.
Yeah. They're hard. Yep. Thanks to UDISC for all of the stats. Let's take a look right here. Paige Pierce, our winner from last year, 69% fairway hits, birdieing a quarter of the holes, and 67% C1X putting.
Sarah Hokom, 70% of fairway hits, and that's 22nd in the field. Man, FPO is killing it right now. 69% Circle 1X putting. She's been working on that and toning that her entire career. But what's really impressive is her scrambling.
Henna, first in parked, putting it in the bullseye, taking the putting out of the equation, birdieing 28% and keeping it in the fairway.
Yep, can't wait to see her shred some wooded lines. We know she's good in the open. Hailey King, who just won U.S. Women's last year in 2022, 5th place in the scramble, 6th place in park percentage, and that is a good back-to-back to have, especially heading into this deeply wooded track.
And a good fresh haircut. Hole 1 is a par 4, 660 feet. The drone is taking the right side line. You can also do a turnover line to the left. You want to land at this corner here. It is possible to get up there for a birdie. It's technical. You can see this little wall of trees with fairly small gaps. A 4 does feel great here. You can see it averaged at 4.3, so it's a tough one to start.
The drive on hole 1 is absolutely imperative. There's no way to birdie it if you do not get off the tee and get out of this gap that you can see at the very end of these trees.
Yeah, I'd say if you're going to make a mistake, pulling it to the right side of the fairway is a little bit better than early left corner.
I love the forehand play here because it is, like Erika said, better to be over on that right side. They did clear out the left side a good bit, though, so if you do come in early left off the tee, you can scramble a lot more easily than you have been able to in years past.
They cleared out a lot of the course. They made a beautiful spectator track out here. It's really looking amazing. The PDGA put in some work. Henna throwing a really nice floaty hyzer shot up the right gap and getting all the way to the corner. Beautiful.
So that stump is an excellent place to land, and she just cleared it by like 30 or 40 feet. So that is one of the best drives we will probably see all day.
Or is this? Oh, okay, I thought she was going to get around the corner. Hailey a little caught up early left. Birdie maybe out of play, hard to say.
Paige in that early left side. That's tough to scramble from. She's settling for par at best here. Barely making it out of the corner.
Thank you.
At this point,
she'll have a chance.
There's
to
a
say
chance.
Par, but man,
it's
if you get
tough.
off the tee poorly, like you said, it's just par feels like a superhero move.
You'll see some ribbons wrapped around the trees. These are distance markers. I can't quite remember the colors.
I think it's 400, 250, and 150.
Okay.
Blue's 150.
Orange.
Then the other colors.
Yeah,
are
orange is
different
250
distances.
and yellow is 350 or 400.
Paige taking this wide outside play.
Wow.
Gets it inside the circle.
Such a great recovery shot.
I like that she didn't get too aggressive on the second shot. She just put herself into position. If you watch last year, our first Champions Cup major, this is only the second year of this event in this capacity, Paige won narrowly over a very tight battle with Kristen Tatar by 2 strokes.
Henna doing what she does best, throwing her approaches into the bullseye.
Yeah, with that beautiful little standstill. It's almost a patent pending type stance.
Hailey getting inside the circle with her second shot as well for birdie. Hokom got tangled up on her second shot, and she'll be chipping to the green for par.
Perfect.
This played as the second most difficult hole of the day. It's always in the top 3. Smooth birdie putt from Hailey.
Yeah. Making it look so easy.
Only 9 birdies on the, only 9% birdies on the day. That's only 4 competitors. Paige coming back for a bogey.
Hokom for par.
So we get to watch Hailey and Henna with their birdies. The only other 2 of the day were Ons Goggins and Ella Hansen. There are only 40 competitors in the field this week. They had to cap the field because it is tough to get through this almost 10,000-foot course.
I thought they let in 47.
Oh, sorry.
They let in...
capped at 50.
Last year it was 40.
Yes.
This year they let 4 in off the wait list and let 4 play in, and there was a drop.
So we had some early tee times starting at 7:45. But this WR Jackson is tough to get through before the sun goes down with all those tee times. Hole 2. 390 feet. It's our first birdie hole. You want to play up this right side ideally, push deep, and let something hyzer into the green. This creek is a really great landing zone for not being able to throw 390 feet. So you'll see a lot of competitors scrambling from there, but everyone on this card have big arms, and we'll hopefully see them driving the green.
I think WR Jackson is kind of classic for getting circle 2 looks for birdie. And you see the power players able to get inside the circle, but a lot of us not quite able to get that 390 are going to land in circle 2. Henna going to drive 40 feet past the pin instead.
Of course. Classic. Was that even like a fairway driver?
Let me see. It was a Star Destroyer.
Okay. Hailey catching a tree on the right-hand side, getting a big kick into the woods, and that's pretty typical, a pretty typical mistake for this hole too.
Hokom throwing her trace. She secured solo 3rd last year at 4 under after 4 rounds. So this course played pretty tough last year.
And you can see why that technical sidearm on this 100% backhand hole, getting to circle 2. Paige crushing one down there inside the circle.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful shot with her Zeus. Nearly in the bullseye. Hailey with a slight scramble here. Gets caught up on the last tree. Is going to be just outside the circle for her par look.
Only 4 people birdied it today. It's crazy to me that there's 4 birdies on hole 1 and 2. This one feels slightly more gettable.
It does. But it usually requires a pretty good putt.
Right on line, just a little low from Henna.
Hailey from circle's edge saves the par. Look how nice it is. No wind, beautiful lighting. The birds were going nuts. Just a great day.
Yep, it was like upper 60s. I mean, it really could not be better. On our early tee time, Erika looked over and was like angry about how nice it was.
Why is it so nice?
It's too perfect right now.
Paige with a really easy birdie after that bogey start. Gets herself to even.
You can tell, too, everyone just has big smiles on their faces in between rounds. Like, everyone was stoked to be out there practicing. This is why we play disc golf, folks.
Yeah.
This type of course right here.
Mm-hmm. Kent Murch off to a hot start, 4 down through 9. I believe last year the best score was a 7 down, though 3 of the holes are easier, and I would say 1 is harder. So
maybe a couple strokes better this year.
Easier.
Yeah.
Hole 3 is a par 4, 594 feet. You see a lot of backhand turnovers trying to land somewhere around this stump that we just passed, and then it's a backhand hyzer trying to hit this gap that the drone is flying through to get a look at a putt. If you do not get far enough off the tee, it's really hard to wrap the corner. Oh, this is great. Yeah, perfect landing zone. Look at it. So forehand is also a viable play.
It's a great play.
Paige taking the outside gap, not getting enough turn. You also see people take the inside gap.
Yeah, this one is so touchy because you want it to be a right finishing shot, but you go too far right and it can be so tough to even get a par from there.
I like the look of this one from Henna.
That is so aggressive and so well executed.
Yeah, and that right side's a little bit better to attack. Hailey going inside gap.
Doesn't look like it was on purpose, but it worked out well.
I practiced with her, and she did that every time.
Oh, really?
She got a little close to that tree, but she's in a fine spot.
This played as the third most difficult hole. I think it's largely in part due to this tee shot, but also the shot to the green can be a little poke and hopey depending on where you land in the fairway.
Yeah, especially if you're left side off the tee, kind of where Paige is. Paige gets caught up before the final corner. Might be a tough scramble. This is going to be a crazy turning shot to get all the way there. Really tough to get there on a forehand. Hokom gets to, what, like 75 feet maybe?
Yep, you have to turn at about 200 feet and then carry another 200 feet. So it's kind of a weird...
It sets up for the backhand for sure.
Yep, and a high hyzer that kind of pushes.
Yeah, there's that kind of poke and hope feeling. Hailey definitely had the right speed and angle, just catches a late tree.
And a little bit more of a straight shot look at it.
Yeah, that has got to be one of the best drives of the entire day.
100%.
Bummer that she just caught that tree, though.
Paige is third. She has a little gap, stand still.
Nice.
Yep. She's scrambling really well.
Yeah. I feel like there should be a gold star by every hole that you scramble to save your par. Like it's something special out here. UDISC, I'm talking to you.
So 23% of the field getting to circle 2 for birdie and only 6% getting to circle 1 for birdie. That's going to be, I think, a pretty common stat, having a big gap from circle 2 to circle 1 in regulation. Circle 2 is a lot easier to find out here.
Hailey doesn't really look happy with that effort, but she is less than 20 feet for her par. Henna left side on a pretty short putt there. I'm sure she's not thrilled about that one.
Sarah getting away with her par. There were only 2 birdies on the day today. One from Kristen Tatar and one from Deanne Carey. And that is a great 3.
Yeah. This one's kind of tricky. It's under 600, so you feel like I could get this.
Mm-hmm.
But it asks a lot.
Yeah, 2 very shapely shots.
So shapely.
Hailey will take the lead on our feature card. Cat Merch 5 down through 10, stacking them up.
Disc golf keeps growing. At the Power Disc Golf Academy, we believe in adding power to the player to level up their game. That's why Paul Ulibarri, a top 50 ranked player, is taking the past 18 years of teaching disc golf and boiling it down into lessons across every subject. From driving, to putting, to drills, to practice, to mental game, and much more, all to give you the power to grow as a player. Grow your game with the Power Disc Golf Academy.
Hole 4, 327 feet, another hole that you just feel like you absolutely have to get, but it is not a gimme by any means. It's a super tight fairway that you want to push as straight as possible and then wrap this corner at the very end, this wall of trees. You kind of have to get lucky through to get to the green. A lot of circle 2 putts will be had on this hole. Early right, I think, is the better mistake of the 2 to make. It's a little bit easier to recover from. So it's tough to want to be super aggressive on the left side with an overstable disc, but that is the play.
Paige kind of taking some off and just throwing fierce on this one. I was going to say I actually like kind of just the straight shot with just a little bit of fade. I think like you were saying, early left is so bad, and it's really easy to saw one off over there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even that looks like a great shot. It is good, but it's just so easy to get caught in that corner and then not have a look.
You almost have to come in with something super fast, and it feels reckless to like attack the screen.
It does.
Hokom with a
Fade.
sweet looking backhand.
Yeah, too much power, girl.
Where she gets knocked down is fairly easy to scramble from. It's a little bit of a weavy shot, but it'll set up great for a forehand.
Henna with a rock 3. This is looking solid.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I love that. Just like more of a gentle hyzer instead of that sharp, super skippy hyzer you were talking about.
Paige forced to go a forehand turnover around the corner. Doesn't quite get it enough air, but she'll be in circle 2 to save par.
If one sentence could sum up W.R. Jackson,
That's
in
it.
circle 2 to save par is it.
Yeah.
Hokom with
After
great
throwing a
touch there.
forehand flex.
Yeah. Hailey for a long look at birdie. Ooh, dead center, just a little low. Paige from almost 50 feet. Catches left side chains, but does not stick.
Even though this hole is very much in everyone's reach, only 23% of the field getting to circle 1 in regulation. Only 13 actually converting on the birdie. That is 6 competitors out of the 48.
I think we'll see a few more get this as the tournament goes on. Paige with a solid comebacker for her bogey. Again, even par out here is a solid score. Henna with her own solid comebacker. No one on our feature card able to get the elusive birdie on this one.
Hailey King holding on as the only one under par.
Do you see Cat Merch still doing it?
Yep, just still
What the
popping them
heck?
off.
Again, 7 down was the best score last year, and it's a little easier this year, but not much.
And it wasn't that often that we even saw a bunch of people under par, but
Yeah.
everyone in the top 10's under par right now.
Yeah, getting good. Hole 5 is a really pretty tunnel shot. It's 363 feet. Again, a lot of circle 2 looks. Any tree hits in any direction is disaster. The main thing is just hitting the gap. Even if you throw a slower speed disc to get, halfway or 3/4 of the way there, like par is a good score on this one. There's not going to be very many birdies. It's really a straight shot, but it kind of baits you into the turnover a little bit. It's a slight turnover.
Yeah, and it's also, oh wow.
my gosh, Hailey.
That's unbelievable. That's such a good shot.
It's unbelievable.
Y'all
yeah.
just watched something that doesn't happen very often. Buzzing the basket even.
Beautiful.
Airing to the right side late is the best place. So that throwing an accidental turnover is fine. Hokom's sidearm is great for this hole.
Yeah, and normally that's a fantastic shot. So Hailey's is, pretty nice.
I mean, 360 on a rope. Come
Yeah.
on.
Kind of flipping something up, getting a little bit of turn. Pushes that right side, but gets all the way down there.
Yeah.
Also in the circle.
I forgot how Henna is like just absolutely insane and throwing her disc really high. So like if she
Yeah.
catches a tree, that thing's going far into the woods, but she just trusts it, throws it super high and lets it work all the way down the fairway.
I
It's
think
so fun to watch.
She's like that OG mid-range thrower, lots of spin, lots of height that we're seeing from some of the ultimate players.
Paige with a good scramble shot to the green. Hokom with a long look for birdie.
Yeah, it looks like edge of circle 2. She'll be in the bullseye for her par.
Slightly uphill from where Hokom is. There's a little low flat area. Henna putting towards a downhill.
Yeah, it looks like that tree's right in her way too, but
Woo!
cashes it.
That was a nice safe bid too. Just enough speed to
yes.
get there.
Let's see this slow mez. Look at her curve around this tree. Beautiful.
Only 8 birdies on the day. We get to watch at least one on this card.
Paige converting for her par. Man.
Wow.
Hailey nice and close for her birdie. Wow.
The fact that we watched 2 on one card is pretty insane.
Yeah. Statistical anomaly, you might say.
Especially after no one getting hole 4. Crazy.
Yeah, that's true. Let's see what Cat Merch is doing. Just kidding.
Henna climbs under par as well on our feature card. Cat Merch cools off. Just kidding. Holland Hanley with a solid 3 down, owns Goggins at 3 down, and Rebecca Cox at 3 down. And those are all such good, solid scores, even halfway through the round. Hole 6, 296, but it plays way farther than that. It's pretty far uphill. This is one of the first holes where we have a shorter pin this year, and the PDGA did a great job with this course design. Still a very challenging shot where you have to push the right side for a long way before it hyzers in. It's only about, what would you say, 60 feet short of the men's?
Yeah, yep. I think the men's actually is, 363 if I remember right.
Okay.
And which was, I mean, we saw like maybe a birdie last year. Yeah, Madison, you're totally right. The PDGA, I think, really thought about how, to make it shorter but still challenging. Like this whole average is exactly 3, I think it said, which is impressive.
Yep.
Henna gonna be early left, which is kind of death in there a little bit. Left gap.
Yep, Hokom going sidearm gap. I love this play here. Not quite as uphill.
It seems like it'd be harder to get it there. I guess not. I guess you do have to swing in more on the backhand, huh?
Yeah, you have to carry more left for sure. Get some ground play.
Like landing near those stumps is definitely the most common landing zone, I think, when you have a good shot. Paige going to be about 45-ish.
Hailey eyeing up a forehand flex.
Let's admire this lighting for a second. Great shot also.
Yeah, it was beautiful coming up this hill. The pollen floating like gold flecks of dust.
Henna most of the way up there, just a few trees to beat. And what great angle on that forehand approach. Wow. Bend it like Hokom. Oh, what a great run.
6 birdies on the day in FPO out of 47 competitors.
Here's Paige for hers.
Nice comebacker from Paige for par. And I think that's pretty common at Jackson. We're not going to see a lot of holes with a birdie percentage above 20.
Yeah.
These ones are hard to get, but
There's
but it's
not
cool
a
because
single one that's a gimme.
Yeah, it's cool because everyone can birdie all of them. It's just
all of them,
most of them, But they are they require 2 very hard shots or 1 extremely far good shot.
Yes.
Hanging on under par, Hailey King and Henna Blomroos. Sarah Hokom just 1 stroke behind. Paige Pierce 1 behind that. Everyone hanging out pretty close to even par.
Hole 7 is a super fun par 4, 624. You see some people throw slow speed backhand driver. You see some people like slower disc, or you see a lot of high speed drivers that push the back wall and then fade in. This is going to be the second shot. Most people are going to try to take this biggest gap that the drone is flying and then fade in to get a look at this basket. One of the more dangerous putting greens I think we have out here. Definitely roll away potential. I love this hole.
Me too. It's so much fun. Both shots are very exciting, very fun to watch. One's downhill, one's over a huge gap, so it feels like you're throwing down a big hill. Hailey a little pinched on the left side. We'll see what she has to work with over there, but she's probably going to have a tough time getting to the green. One thing you don't want to end up doing is chopping your way down the left-hand side, ideally.
It is very rough over there. I think it's better to push too far straight than to be early left like both Hailey and Henna are here.
Yeah, Henna's second early release that we've seen. That's not her normal. See if she can't iron things out as we're going. Definitely highlights your errors out here at WR Jackson. Hokom with a perfect backhand.
Beautiful. That was her neutron trace.
Probably wanted it to finish just a little bit more, but she'll have a slot through those little trees on the corner.
Paige with a really kind of tight hyzer line as well. And that's surprising.
Yeah.
You don't usually see 3 out of 4 dealing with those left side trees.
Yeah, this is a pretty straightforward tee shot. That sunspot in front of Henna is the ideal landing zone. I don't think we saw anyone hit it.
Hokom got close. Henna, I think, trying to turn over a sidearm, but turns into a roller way down the hill.
It's rough down there.
Yeah. Paige with a patent pending hyzer shot. Really difficult shot to execute, and that gets well down there.
Hailey in a pretty decent spot.
Yeah.
Has to throw a really sharp hyzer angle to get to the green, and she'll find her way to the bottom of the hill, inside circle 2.
Yeah. Great recovery shot. She got kind of lucky with where she landed. I mean, great distance.
Hokom does have a little gap. Trying to work a forehand through the left side, and man.
Misses them all.
Yeah, that was awesome.
An element of luck there, but she definitely hit that first gap really well.
So we can see where Henna is.
Brutal.
At a lot of courses that we play, this would be marked as out of bounds. So it's nice that we have the chance to scramble out of the rough, but you can see it is indeed rough.
Oh, boy. Henna 2 in a row. Only going to progress about 60 feet. Henna throwing 5, going right side hyzer.
There we go. That looks great.
Beautiful.
It's played as the 4th most difficult hole. That kind of surprises me.
I think it's just a classic one. It's hard to birdie.
And also,
2 perfect shots, you're in circle 2.
Yeah, this one feels like one that anyone can get. So I'm sure everyone's playing pretty aggressive on it, and that's where you start seeing errors.
Hailey's 3rd is parked for her tap in par. Hokom trying to get her first birdie of the round. Super uphill putt.
17% of the field in circle 1 in regulation, 40 in circle 2. So that classic Jackson big leap. Only 11% of the field getting birdies. That's 5 on the day.
Henna with the double there. Everyone else going to tap in their pars here.
I think we'll see more birdies on this one
At
in
least
the coming
a few
days.
More. Yeah. Like per day.
Henna unfortunately dropping above par. Kristen Tatar sliding into that 3 under spot with Holland and Rebecca. Macy also doing the same. And hole 8, the first of 2 par 5s of the day. It's a big downhill forehand shot at 645 feet. This one, you just want to make sure not to land too far inside. Also, too far deep can be tough to recover from. From there, it's just playing what your lie is. Ideally, of course, you want to be in the middle, but this is one of those holes of the course where you really want a birdie. 43% of the field taking a birdie here because it's kind of a tweener hole with the par 5 for the FPO. Not any trouble to get in besides just getting off the fairway after this initial shot. Hailey opting for the backhand.
Yeah, I saw her do this in practice, and it was unbelievably far. She does get a kick a little bit, but look at how, oh my gosh, she's in like Eagles land. It is definitely possible to eagle this hole.
Yes.
But
Hokom throwing the sidearm, pushing a little straighter than she probably wants, and you can get pinched off over there and have a hard time getting back out to the fairway.
That side, I think, though, is a little bit easier to scramble.
Yes.
Paige going backhand putter. I think Hailey's was a little bit higher speed, with more like a fairway driver.
And that's a great landing zone.
Good. Yeah, backhand is definitely the highly aggressive play.
Yeah, it's very risky.
But so cool.
Yep.
Look at 3 out of 4 going backhand.
Insane. And Henna having the opposite problem here. A late release.
Progresses pretty far, though.
Let's see what she has to work with over there. Hokom, now we're taking a hard right turn here. So Hokom is throwing down this fairway, scrambling out of the rough with a nice forehand roller. That looks great.
Yeah.
Comes like back out to the edge of the fairway.
Flippy disc and a great angle.
Love that. Henna on the right side of the fairway early.
Yeah, Hailey did throw a road runner here.
Wow.
And
wow,
yeah,
she got way far down there.
She's Yeah.
I did not realize.
Like crazy far. I think she's somewhere around circle's edge.
Man, to go in early right like that and get that far is insane.
Hailey like pushed deep left.
Yep. Paige. Wow.
Also
in
way
eagle
up there.
territory.
Yeah, all of them.
Man, I did not realize their backhands all went so far.
Right. Yeah, when it works, it really works.
So, oh my gosh, a lot of FPO competitors are still throwing one, maybe two shots, a dry or a full power shot and a little chip to the green to get birdie. That just blew my mind. Hokom playing the hole a lot more normal.
Yeah. Gets caught up on a late fairway tree. Henna's third from about 110 feet or so.
Oof.
Leaves a little short.
Hokom's fourth to the green, just trying to get the par here.
Saws it off early. Gonna land just inside the circle.
That was a good tree kick, though.
Yeah. Hailey's third.
Wow. A putt for eagle. Get out of here. Hokom going to have to settle for bogey, and that one hurts. Only 13% of the field taking bogey or worse on this hole.
Yeah, even par doesn't feel very good on this one. Paige comes up just a little short for her eagle bid. I'm sure we'll see an eagle before the tournament is out.
Oh. Henna comes up short for her birdie putt.
Actually, didn't Kristen got this one, right?
Yep.
Yeah, she eagled it.
The first eagle of the tournament. You know her, you love her. Kristen Tatar.
Hailey with a squeaky clean, bogey-free 3 down so far. Paige with a birdie to get back to even. And Hokom with her first blemish of the round. 1 hole to go on the front.
Kristen all of a sudden just pops off. 6 down. Cat Mertz just behind her at 5 down. 6 down through 9?
9?
Are
oh
you
my gosh.
kidding me? That is unreal.
Hole 9 is a super birdieable par 4, 510 feet. The drone flight is definitely the path you want to take. You want to land somewhere around here, and then pick your path. Straight avenue is probably the best one. There's definitely routes on either side, but it's just kind of see where you land and then pick one. It's definitely tight on the approach. The distance isn't really the problem. It's just the trees. Also, what would you think is the most common mistake? Like early left into those middle trees?
Yeah, I think so.
That is smoked.
Wow. Hailey never stops blowing my mind.
That's
with her talent.
Like at least 50 feet farther than kind of the typical landing area.
I really just love to watch her playing so aggressive on these wooded fairways where everyone's like pulling out their slower discs and she's just ripping drivers.
Yeah, Hailey with a destroyer, Paige going Zeus. Getting good distance, but not going to have a clean look at it.
That's one of the errors you do see here is pushing too far straight into the tree line deep. It can be a little tough to scramble from there.
Henna throwing her destroyer high, startling spectators with the distance.
Making the camera guys have to turn around. We love that.
Yeah. Those were some of the farthest drives you're going to see. That's crazy.
Hokom opting... I think she was trying to go right side. Getting almost lucky down the middle. We'll see what she has to work with there.
Kind of brutal in there.
Oh.
This little road that we see is kind of... If you can just get a little bit past that, like that's what's normal. Mm-hmm. Just showing how amazing those backhands were.
Sarah with a really good recovery shot to circle 2.
From where she was. It's amazing.
So hole 8 and 9 played as the easiest holes of the day. So it's a nice little friendly break in the middle of the round.
Yeah, you can take a breath. Eat a snack. I don't know.
Paige, there was a nice turnover and gets inside the circle.
Wow.
The scrambling out here is very impressive today on our feature card.
And that was just like the tiniest little chip shot. I mean, that was what, 100 feet?
Yeah.
Wow.
And Hailey, like just a standstill, almost could do a jump putt if there weren't trees in the way.
Yeah, she does get caught up. We'll have to earn that birdie.
I like how we said that you won't see many birdie percentages above 20, and then we have back-to-back almost 50% birdie holes.
Yeah, these are, and we said there's no gimmies, and these are kind of the gimmies.
Yeah, 43% of the field taking a birdie on this one. Ah, Hailey, unfortunately, gonna take a par.
Paige, 4 birdie, 1 under on the front. Henna for her birdie, gets back to even.
Hokom with a nice scramble after an errant tee shot.
Yeah, no birdies yet, though. I'm sure she's hungry for some on the back.
And that wraps up our front 9 with our feature card. Kristen Tatar and Kat Merch with a pretty commanding lead right now. Hailey King holding on 3 down. We have Owen Scoggins also at 3 down.
We have Madison Walker finish at 3 down, and Holland Hanley.
In the clubhouse, baby. Honk. Macy Vela Diaz with a couple left to play. Rebecca Cox and Allie Smith all with 2 downs. Look at everyone under par.
Yeah.
So many people.
And even all the way down to basically 20th place.
Last year, we did not have very many rounds under par. This is so crazy.
It is crazy.
Everyone's getting better, and they're getting better fast. Also, the changes to the PDGA. We want to thank you guys again for really making some thoughtful changes to the course. We are enjoying playing these still challenging holes, but very fun to try to attack.
Appropriately challenging holes.
We're excited to be at WR Jackson. We got 3 more rounds, and we got 9 more holes today. Thanks to our Founders Club. You guys are the best. I'm Madison Walker.
I'm Erika Stinchcomb. We're the 2 hot geese.
Honk.